about, your existential position in the world. And there's going to be plenty of times when you have reason for that. And I know perfectly well that the things that you're going to be able to point to allow you to have a modicum of self-respect are the things that you've managed to accomplish as a consequence of adopting the difficult responsibilities of maturity. You'll be able to say, well, despite my flaws, manifest as they are, here's the things I've managed. And there aren't that many things to manage. That's the other thing. You don't want to destroy too much, because what do you have in your life? Well, you've got an intimate relationship, right? If you're fortunate. That's what you're going to have a sequence of meaningless intimate relationships that are short-term. And there isn't any evidence that that's good for people, as far as I can tell. It's good to have an intimate relationship that's lasting. It gives your life some solidity, right? And it's what people generally want, but it's effort, it's work, it's negotiation, and more importantly, it's an accomplishment. It's something to aim at, and you think, well, you need something to aim at because the aims that we have give meaning to our life. This is even true technically. See, because almost all of the positive emotion that people experience is experienced not as a consequence of accomplishing something, but as a consequence of watching themselves move towards something of value, right? Because we're creatures of pursuit. We want to be moving towards a better place, and and if we can see ourselves moving towards a better place, then we feel that our life has meaning. We feel invigorated and hopeful. Right? It's analgesic. It keeps anxiety under control. But in order for that to happen, we have to have aims. And the right aims are the responsible aims. It's like have an intimate relationship. See if you can manage it. Not be so useless about it, and so changeable, and so characterized or obsessed by the pursuit of short-term gratification, and so willing to leap out of the boat as soon as the seas become too stormy. It's like you're in stormy seas anyways, and whatever you leap out into isn't going to be any better than what you already had in all likelihood. But it's the aspirational element of that. It's like, well, and maybe you could have a family, you could have some kids. Well, what else are you going to do with your life? What do you plan to do when you're 40 and older? You don't have any children. That's not a smart move. So maybe you have some children, and this is a lie that we tell young women all the time. The most important thing in your life is going to be your career. It's such bloody rubbish. It's just not true. Here's why. First of all, most people don't have careers. They have jobs. And that's not the same thing. And second, even among the people who do have careers, a small minority of people have exceptionally productive and engaging careers. That's very rough. You have to be fortunate, able, and insanely dedicated to have that kind of career. And you have to make sacrifices to have it. And one of the things you may well sacrifice is your family. And it's not obvious that that's an intelligent sacrifice, even though it's necessary for some people to make it. Most people, they're going to find that the broad-scale population surveys show this quite clearly. 75% of Americans agree that the most meaningful elements of their life are to be found in their familial relationships. And so the idea that career is going to be it's like, what career could possibly justify that sacrifice? I've had a great career, and I'll tell you, man, as I get older, my family is more